Chaotic flux, a sudden or abrupt unnatural event causing massive imbalance to an entire ecosystem. What also is a sudden or abrupt unnatural event is me reviewing a comic not from the big two or a Power Rangers comic. Hello, I am Oskris and welcome to my review of Chaotic Flux #1 from Sharp Edge Comics, written and co-created by Scott Payne, penciled and inked and co-created by Brian Belando, colors by Brian Magnay and Angel Ronquillo Magnay, and this is the first issue, Aliens vs. Monsters, part 1 of 2. This comic is split between 3 parts, so there is the present day, there is several months ago, and then when one of the main characters was the children, which was obviously going to be years ago. So we're introduced to the members of the Crimson Flame, Soren, Strife, and Zithara as they head off into battle. But that cuts away to several months ago where we follow Zithara. This is where we follow pretty much 99% of this comic. For at least this issue, we follow Zithara as she encounters these horrific looking monsters, as she describes some kind of horror writer's fever dream. And on the comms is Professor Lee, who is helping her, and she tries to find a way to escape from these monsters who as soon as she battles them, they start to adapt as they start to transform as well. They're able to speak to her as well. Not very fluently as much as a monster can speak. Pretty much just saying they want to eat her. And then it cuts to her time as a child. We see her origin. So Zithara is a human / Zakaran alien hybrid warrior. She's extremely deadly and dangerous. Even as a child, her powers was shown to be very dangerous. So 6 years ago, as where it takes place, so she and a fellow I assume Zakaran human hybrid as well, try to escape from their pretty much their imprisonment, implied to be their imprisonment, but he is killed and Zithara is saved by Dr. Mullen, who helps her escape with one of the guards as well, and that's her origin. We see a little bit about her powers before it cuts back to the several months ago. She's cornered by the creatures who are starting to evolve. It seems like she's going to die. So story, 4 out of 5. I actually enjoyed this. I found it very interesting. Something you should really want with a comic, especially your first issue. You want people to get hooked in. You want people to get interested. I was definitely both of those things. I found the concept, the story so far interesting. So I want to know more about this universe, more about these characters, the creatures, motives, etc., etc. Art, 4 out of 5. The art and the coloring by the team, I really, really liked it, especially in the several months ago parts. I believe that is where the art is truly at its best. The cover, 4 out of 5 as well. I really, really like the cover. My only issues with this issue, would be that at the start, pretty much the first page of the story, it's a bit confusing with the word bubbles, especially their placement and who's talking, which direction it goes. It could just be me because I naturally assume the speech bubble that is the closest is what needs to be read next. It really isn't. I'll include a photo of how the direction of the conversation goes. It could have just been me. It was kind of slightly confusing, not too much, but I just naturally read it from, closest word bubbles to each other. So for me, it made the conversation, the words, what sentences are being said, confusing. But there's that. It only really kind of happens in that part. The rest is good, just natural. And another part would be this how it's split into 3 arcs. I'm assuming, since this is said to be a ongoing series, that we're probably going to get these 2-part stories introducing these characters. We don't know a lot about Strife or Soren. This is mainly showing who Zathara is. So I'm assuming, since it's an ongoing comic, we're going to get these 2-part issues before it goes into the main story. But mainly my problem with it was the fact we don't get a lot from the present day arcs. It's mainly just several months ago and 6 years ago from that with Zathara. I really actually wanted to see more of the present day stuff, but I believe that's just going to be I assume it's going to be a overarching part within each of these issues, as this issue number 1 is part 1 of 2 of Alien versus Monsters. So, as I said, I assume in each 2 issues we're going to get something about these main characters, setting them up before it goes into the main story in the present day. But overall, I enjoyed it. I really liked it. I definitely check it out if it's your thing. I'll include a link to their website where you can buy Chaotic Flux number 1. There's 3 options for you. There's a signed physical copy, there's just a physical copy, or you can get a digital PDF copy, which is what I got. I'm usually a physical copies kind of guy, but money is a thing. It's something I need more of. I would have definitely gotten a physical copy, but I had to stick with the digital copy for now. So that was Chaotic Flux number 1. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time.